There's this creator on TikTok, I think his name is Chris Valenti. He's like a really big history buff. If you go to his page, he talks about history a lot, but the way he retells history is super captivating, charismatic. He uses voices and he's really, really passionate, really factual as well. If you're not following him, go ahead and follow him. I really enjoy his live streams and the posts he has on his page.
7 motherfucking days. Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. Germany declares war on Russia and France. Britain declares war on Germany. And Austria-Hungary declares war on Russia. The whole fucking world starts to go crazy in 7 days. Demolished in an instant, and the world is introduced to the new age of modern warfare. Gas, artillery, machine guns, tanks, flamethrowers. We're nuts.
But anyway, he had a hot take that he shared a couple of days ago, and at first when I heard him, I was like, what is he on about? But I actually thought about it for a second, and he went on to explain, and you know what? I kind of totally agree. He basically says that in the future, he's not really sure if it's the near future or the far future, but in the future, for 100% certainty, it will be illegal to drive cars. And when he first said this, what is he on about? Is he talking about flying cars, or are we all gonna have to take trains in the future? What does he mean exactly? But he went on to explain, and to be honest, I totally agree with him. Imagine now seeing a man on a horseback riding down I-95 or riding down Shakeside Road on a horse. And that man is just galloping down the road. You would think he was insane. It's unsafe. It's unsafe for him. It's unsafe for the horse. This is not our typical mode of transportation. Now imagine that same guy going back in time and telling his buddies, do you know that in the future it's illegal to ride horses on a main road? And I'm not saying people don't ride horses anymore, but it's not the #1 mode of transportation. And for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, a horse was like an extension of the human man. Like the horse was the way that we got around, was the way that the British are coming, come on now. Horses, horseback, that was everything all over the world, or for the most part of the world. He was saying you never know what the future holds, #1, but #2, all of these electronic cars and these e-cars and these Teslas and things like that, one of their biggest selling points is the fact that it's safe. They have all of these sensory mechanisms that stop the car so there's no accidents. But in order for you to really guarantee safety, wouldn't every other car on the road also have to be an e-car? How can you tell me that I'm buying a car and I'm going to be safe in my car, but the guy in the Honda or the Lexus or the Beamer or the Benz, technically I'm not safe then, right? The only way to ensure safety would be for all of the cars on the road to be e-cars, to be on one massive, huge grid, so accidents could be avoided. Obviously, the sensory systems would all be working so that you wouldn't hit pedestrians, but also other cars. The only way to ensure that is if all the cars on the road are safe, because even if your car is safe, same thing if you're a safe driver, you're the safest driver in the world, but you're still on the road with other people who are potentially dangerous drivers. The only way to kind of negate that danger and ensure safety is for all the cars on the road to be electronic cars. What he was saying was that we're gonna eventually get to a point in technology in the future where all the cars are going to be e-cars. And when you drive for sport. You have to go to a certain area, like a driving range, to drive the car. And it's just not going to be something that the future thinks about. Like, no one's going to be driving well. And you're already seeing it. There's these driverless taxis, driverless Ubers. You're seeing so much changing and so much evolving. And it's like, we just have to be able to adjust and adapt to how technology is going to affect the world, because we're not riding horses no more, baby. But yeah, if you're not following him, follow him and tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think driving will be illegal one day? I certainly do.